Can we, like, acknowledge for 1 second that I just, like, made a banger and, like, no one noticed? My shades are on and I look like this because I'm in album mode, okay? Or music producer mode. I'm in my rock star mindset. Because I made a fucking bop and nobody said shit. I don't even think anybody's heard it. That's probably the problem. I sent my friend a message. I was like, hey, I sent you my song. You didn't listen to my song. And she's like, yeah, I did. Like, no, you didn't. Go listen to it right now. She's like, how do you know I didn't listen to it? I was like, well, did you? She's like, no, but how'd you know that I didn't listen to it? I was like, you want to know why? You don't want to know how? You don't know where? You don't know how I knew you didn't listen to it? Real talk. Because I know that if you would have listened to it, you would have stopped everything that you were doing. You would have called me and congratulated me. Oh, Kyle's fucking... Oh, look at him. There you go on this piece of shit. That's, there's truth to it. All jokes are funny because they're true or whatever. Or maybe not all of them, but there's truth to it, though. She laughed, I laughed. I told her to listen to the song again. She laughed harder. It was a whole thing. But no, yeah, that's the thing, is when it comes to creating content, it's so hard. Because nobody gives a fuck. Nobody cares about anybody but themselves. Nobody gives a shit. Everybody's always like, support local artists. But that's just one of those things that they say because they know it makes them... It's like saying, oh, I give to charity. Or it's like, oh, I fucking tip good. Or I fucking... You know, sometimes people just say it because they know that it's what people want to hear, that, you know, it's what you're supposed to do. So like, oh, if I just say that I do it but not do it, it's like the best of both worlds. It's like, no, it makes you a dick, okay? Makes you a liar and a dick. So yeah, maybe if you're in hell, it's the best of both worlds. Be like, ding, 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 he's a liar and a dick. Yay, good, you get a fucking first row seat, you know? Pretty much just had to choke on my own face. I pretty much almost choked and died on my own throat. It's part of it. It's one of my best qualities. But no, so... But it's a harsh reality. It's because even your friends... I mean, sometimes, yeah, your friends will support you. Yeah, but that's about it. But sometimes your friends or your extended friends or your acquaintances, it's so hard to get people to just like listen to your or watch your shit. You know what I mean? Like an hour-long podcast is impossible to get anybody to watch. But even a 3-minute-long song, even if it's great, because they won't get to that part. It's like, oh, I made a great song. It's like, oh yeah, but I didn't hear it. It's like, yeah, you need to listen to it. It's like, I didn't get that far. It's like, yeah, that's the problem. It's like, son of a bitch. Okay. Son of a bitch. But the problem begins with you. No, but, so no, yeah, and it's like, because yeah, you can make the best song ever right now. You can make the best song ever. You can go like, oh my god, guys! Like, you can fucking, everybody's jumping up and down with their guitars like, we did it, guys! That was such a good song! We love it! And we're harsh critics! You know, we've never made a good song, but that song, I can hear it! I can hear it in my dreams! Like, I can hear it echoing through eternity! Like, we made a bop, guys! Like, we made some jam! Like, we made someone's jam. Like, this is our jam. We're gonna go be famous now. We got our song. And then no one cares. You're like, no, but it is a good song. But nobody will listen to it. You know, no, but it is, like, worth listening to. They're like, prove it. You're like, how do I prove it other than you just listening to it? You're like, I'm not gonna listen to it. You're like, what the fuck? But it's like, no, yeah, 3-minute long song. You're like, hey, I'll pay you $20. Just listen to the goddamn song. And then they'll listen to it and they'll hear the first freaking... They'll be like, so this is actually... And you're like, see? You literally failed. Because just sit and listen to the song. Is that another thing that people know how to do? Can people just sit and listen to stuff? Like, if it's a 3-minute long song, can you just sit there and listen? Can people just sit there and ever just watch stuff? You know what I mean? It's like, I feel like, it's like, oh, you have to listen to it in its entirety. Oh, it has a whole thing. Oh, no, yeah, it's funny. You like the intro? Well, you should shut up, listen to the rest of it, because you've heard 1/84th of it. And it's still going. It doesn't repeat the whole time. That's why it's a good song. That's why I like it. Oh, it's not stagnant. And yeah, maybe it's not like a song that fucking, has a chorus or this or that. And is it a song where I'm going to freaking grab my guitar and my microphone and perform it in a stadium? No. Because it's not that kind of song. It's not that kind of music. I did it the cheater, stupid, dumb way with a computer and DJ equipment. No, I did it the loser way, okay? With fucking DJ equipment. But, and is it the kind of song that fucking people are going to be singing and fucking jumping up and down? Or is it going to be the kind of song fucking this or that? No. Because it's a fucking EDM drum and bass little song, okay? But you know what you could do? You could listen to it while you wash the dishes. You could listen to it like while you're like doing any number of things like cleaning. Like just, it is good. You can just sit there and listen to it and be like, oh, I understand the music of it and it's good and it flows and it doesn't stay stagnant and it keeps going and it mixes it up and it's got this vibe to it and then it changes it up and it's not boring and then it wraps it all up and it flows rather nicely. I feel like some people make music and they're like, yeah, just put it on in the background and don't really pay attention to it and it'll be good. I'm like, no, listen to it. Put it on headphones, crank it up, put it on full blast. Sit there, close your eyes, listen to every goddamn thing that I've accomplished. Listen to the layers. Listen to these two sounds that are so cool that I peppered in there just once. There's this one sound that like gives me chills and I put it in there once. I just went and I should have used that sound like throughout the whole thing, or I should have used that sound more. It's like, oh, did you fuck up by using that? No, I used artistic, brilliant subtlety. I just went vith, and then there's another cool sound that I put in there twice, but you can only really hear it once. But it's just the and it's like, how do all these things come together so beautifully? And it's not the best song ever. It's not that beautiful. I get it. Cool. It's not the best thing ever. I understand. But where's my gold record though? No, it's not. I understand that it's not that kind of thing. It's not something that even takes that much talent. Because, yeah, all the freaking things are like pre-loops, okay? And, it's on a computer. So, I can press a button and it loops. And it's kind of cheating. It's not like I sat there with my drum and my bass and I fucking, like, crafted this masterpiece, okay? That would have been tight as fuck. That would have been super sicked up tight. But, but I didn't do that, okay? I made it on the computer, and I did it with the DJ stuff, and I'm going to say something that's unbelievable. But that's my life, okay? I am so cool that I'm unbelievable. Because I'm going to say something that you're not even going to believe. I'm going to say something that you're going to be like, okay, Kyle, yeah, sure. Yeah, okay, cool, yeah, sure. Yeah, okay, cool, yeah, sure. I'll do it again. Okay, cool, yeah, sure. I'm sure that... No, but... Yeah, so... I did the whole song live. I swear to God I did. And it's unbelievable. I know it is. Because you listen to it and you're like, this is a song. It has an introduction. It has a thing. It fades out. It comes together. It stays consistent. And then it fades out. But I did it live. And I think I like chopped the tail end of it off or something. Or I just kind of like, I cropped it. But yeah. I'm like a fucking musical savant. Because I'm like, and you know what? I've made hundreds of songs. Or beats, or stupid little things, or melodies, or whatever. And I like maybe 3 of them. Okay? But that's why when I say, I made a good song, it's like, yeah, finally. I did make a good song. Now congratulate me. I'm waiting. No, go listen to the song. I'll put it in the whatever. But congratulate me, though. Come on. Tell me it's great. You know it's great. It is great. Come on, tell me it's great. Is it the kind of song that you want to fucking, like, sing to? No, because it doesn't have any words, okay? It's an EDM song. But can you fuck to it? Maybe not that either. I mean, depends on who you're fucking. If you're fucking a goth bitch, yeah. Fuck a goth bitch to my song. But can you just make love to your wife to my song? Probably not, okay? But it's like, yeah, you put the song on in the background, it's but it's a good thing, Congratulate me already. I think the only reason that I'm upset, it's not that nobody noticed it, but I think it's because nobody, like literally nobody, has said shit. Like, literally nobody. Like, notice me! Okay. Sorry, it's just super annoying. But yeah, that's the reality of posting content. It's like, you know, you can get it out there and like, it's like even if you have the best stand-up or you have the best music or you have the best this or that, it's still hard to get it out. And your own friends and family won't support you a lot of the time because they're selfish and everybody's involved with their own life and everybody's always too balls deep in their own fucking shit to where nobody can just fucking, you know. But yeah, I'm not claiming it's like the best song in the world or anything. I mean, I've never even claimed to be a musician. So, it's like, do I look like a fucking magician? No. Okay. I don't have enough talent for that. But yeah, magician, musician, same thing. Same thing in my mind because anybody that can write good music is magical in my mind. So, you know, writing a good song, that's a magic trick. So magician, magician, it's all the same thing. But no, yeah. So and I never thought that I would ever be able to make a song that I'd be satisfied with. And like, sure, it's like a sound pack thing, and like, and all the beats are kind of just like already done kind of for you, and you just layer them and play it. But then again, that's like what a guitar or a piano is. It's like, oh, you have all the sounds on this thing, and then you manipulate the sounds, and you play the instrument. That's kind of like what I do when I make those songs, because they're like little soundboards. They're like 5 by 4 squares, and they each make different sounds. And then there's 2 of them. And like one of the buttons, you can push it, and it just like does a dumb track. Yeah. Well, they all do dumb tracks, but you'll hit one of them, and it'll do like a drum. And yeah, they have like fucking 4 billion different sound packs, and you just find one that you like, and like you can speed up or slow down or like tune all of the sounds, and then you just play it like it's a little instrument. And I've made lots of just background melodies that are uncopyrightable from those things. But yeah, it's like, it's not the best song in the world, you know? It's not even that great. And yeah, it's an EDM thing, and it's not for everybody. It's like a 7. Not like in the music world. In the music world, it'd be lower than that, because I'd have to go by, because it doesn't have words, and music is just so deep, and like, it's such talent on so many different levels, that if, for music, it's probably like a 3. But in the EDM world, it's like a 7. Yeah, it's about a 7. You know, I'd fuck my song. But yeah, I don't know. It's vibey, and it's weird. I just think it's perfect for my podcast, because like it has this part that's like kind of catchy, and hopefully it'll get stuck in people's heads. And then like it has this other part that's like an outro part that's like, and I don't know, just like the simplicity of it, and just like it's kind of catchy, and it's just vibey, and it's kind of dark, and I feel like I've fucking heard it before. And it's like, I mean, I haven't, obviously. You know, a little tip, you know, here, Kyle's a low-key genius, so I'll just fucking give you another fucking pricey-ass tip of fucking piece of knowledge. I'll just give you a pricey-ass fucking piece of knowledge that I should keep to myself. I'll just give it to you for free. You're welcome. You know, if you find this podcast, then you can find this golden nugget of Easter egg information. You know what you could do? Shazam or whatever. I think it's what it's called, right? It's where you, like, have your phone listen to something and it tells you what song it is. Like, if you hear a song on the radio and you want to know what it is, you can have your phone listen to it and you Shazam it. You know? So, what I use that for is when I make songs, I'll put them through there and see the closest thing that they sound like. Like, if they sound like anything, see like what that sounds like, you know, because sometimes you're ripping off sound bites from other songs or something, like when it comes to EDM. So you'll be like, okay, what does this song sound like? And then you like listen to it, you're like, oh, it's way different. Okay, I don't feel bad. Cool. Like, you're like, that's the closest thing that it'll give me when I Shazam my song. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's way different. But yeah, it's vibey, and I think it fits the dark vibe of like late at night, and like, I personally love it. I think for what it is, it's great. It's brilliant. It's perfect. And you know, I didn't even fucking mean to do it. I was just playing this drum and bass little fucking, you know, a future ukulele. I'm gonna call that a drum pad, just something, you know. But yeah, those stupid little drum pads. I was just playing that. And I didn't even appreciate it. I didn't even realize that it was great until like months later. I listened to it and I was like, I fucking made this? I was like, bro, like who am I? Like, did I really just did that and forgot about it? I didn't even appreciate it, just threw it up. Like, so I started going back to listening to other things. I was like, are they all great? And I just didn't appreciate them at the time? No, they're not. But I thought for a second, maybe. I had to make sure. But no, yeah, so. It reminds me of like Johnny Quest. Or like, for some reason it reminds me of like an old ass cartoon. Like before when I was born though, so I don't know. It reminds me of like a past lifey, kind of weird, kind of like, I want to say cyberpunk. But like kind of 80s, just like, I don't know, like Johnny Quest or Johnny Test. Like he's like running down a tunnel, like all cartoon-like Scooby-Doo, as the tunnel's like elongating, and you're like, beedle-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. I don't know. For some reason, I don't know. It kind of fucking gives me deja vu in some weird way, and it's a trip. But I don't know. The moral of the story is I made a fucking Johnny Quest type song, and you have to congratulate me for it. So, I'll be fucking waiting. Yeah. Just kidding. I made a decent song. You should check it out. I'm surprised by it, okay? It's funny because I made this song a while ago. Once upon a time ago, when I first realized that on my video editor I could fuck around with like the audio, I can just copy and paste and move around and record and move around audio just so easily. And then so all of a sudden, next thing you know, I'm totally distracted from my animation, just making an album. Like, okay, Kyle, yeah, because you're a musician. Oh, yeah, make an album. So I made like 2 albums that I just threw into the fucking void, and, no, I was like, nope, not gonna, those were pretty bad. but yeah, so I made a lot of songs, and a lot of beats, and a lot of things. And this song, you know how I found this song? You know where this song came from? I was trying to put audio to one of my video editing videos, or one of my animation videos. And so I went into my audio files, because I have like copyright-free music. All the beats that I've made, even though the songs aren't great, there'll be stupid little beats or little things that I can use for like, little podcast introductions or like little background fucking melodies for things, okay? So I have a folder of them, right? So when I was making this animation video, I grabbed one of them and I put it in there, and then I would just listen to it. And then I'd be like, oh, no, this one doesn't fit. And then I'd grab another one and I put it in. And I just grabbed one and I put it in, and I didn't even appreciate it. And I didn't even appreciate it at the time that I made it. I didn't realize that it was a bop. I had no idea it was a banger. I didn't know it was a gold record. I just jizzed gold records. I didn't even know, dude. I had no idea. I crapped bronze. It might not be a gold record, but I shit a bronze fucking record on accident, dude. And it's happened before. And so that's why I'm making this YouTube channel, is because I accidentally jizz and shit gold all the time. And so I'm trying to share that with you. And you're like, why are you giving me a shitty piece of gold? Because it's yours, bro. I'm sharing, okay? Sharing is caring. But so yeah, and then, like a few months later, or like a few weeks later, or days later, or whatever, my perception time is gone, I was showing somebody the video, right? And I was like, to myself, I didn't say it out loud, but I was like, this song is actually like kind of fucking rad. And then so I thought about it, and I was like, oh, okay. And then I listened to it like a few more times, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm going to make that my podcast song. Because is it a kind of song that you're going to have your guitar and your hair metal, and you're like playing instruments? Like I said before, not that kind of music, dude. So, but at the same time, I realized that it is perfect, like video game music, or like background music. It's like perfect music for when subtitles roll, or like for a video game. And you know why it's perfect for a video game? It has this little part, and you're like, ooh, catchy. But then it has this part that's a little catchy, but then it goes on. And then it has like, and it's just weird. It has like different parts of the same thing. So it's like, oh, there's the beginning of the game, and oh, here's this level where it's the same thing, but now it's darker, so it's a little bit bassier. Anyways, it's hard to explain. Just listen to it. And if you listen to it, my word of advice is try to just listen to it. Because I feel like it's one of those things where if you sort of listen to it, it's like, oh, okay, cool, yeah, it's a song, and it's aight. Because it sounds super basic, and it's just like, yeah, okay, that's what music sounds like, cool. But if you actually sit and listen and pay attention, and maybe even put it in some good headphones or on a good stereo, and just sit and listen to it in its entirety, it's kind of like a journey, you know what I mean? Like, so listen to all of it before you judge it, okay? And try to pay attention to it. Because there are little subtleties in it that are like, oh, okay, there's this and that. And it changes tempo, and it tries to stay entertaining and relevant the whole time, and it kind of just, it tries to keep you sucked in. But it's like, and then, yeah, it changes, like, at the end, there's, like, a part that sounds totally different. So it's like, oh, it's like, stick around and find out what that's like, oh. But yeah, so listen to it in its entirety. And yeah, you won't pick up on the subtleties and the cool little fades and transitions and the blends. Like, you won't catch on to that shit if you're just putting it on in the background and just talking to somebody. You're like, oh yeah, I listened to your song. It's like, did you? Or did you put it on in the background and talk to somebody? And like vaguely heard it in your subconscious. It's like, okay, so you picked up maybe 50% of it. And sure, you got the vibe of it or whatever, but go back and listen to it. Like, okay, you won't get the subtleties unless you, like, pay attention. It's like 3 fucking minutes. It's like, for the love of God. For the love of God. So yeah, but yeah. It's hard to explain, but it's vibey, and I like it. I hope it gets stuck in people's heads. That's how I'll make all my money. It's just off that stupid song getting stuck in everyone's head. That's my goal. Anyways. Fucking, you digging this shirt that's like almost the same color as my skin? Dope.